Gotta do what I gotta do.
And we're live.
Hola!
Everybody. So we are live for the September read-along book of the month. I am completely today. So we're going to be talking about Because You Love to Hate Me for this live show. This is edited by Owlery. It is a collection of short stories written by a bunch of young adult novels. And if you guys did not know, the prompts for each story were given by booktubers. So we're going to be talking about each story. The first 5 minutes, as always, is spoiler free. And then we're going to go into all of the spoilers. My BFF, Chloe, as always, is here for me. With me.
Don't mind me. I'm just halfway on my phone trying to send a link.
So we were supposed to have, if you guys watched our live show last month, we were supposed to have a special guest every single month. And this, our live show got pushed back from Sunday because Chloe and I are both in Florida and we were dealing with Hurricane Irma on Sunday night. So we had to push the live show back to today, and because of some conflicts, Kales from Kales Corner was supposed to be our special guest this week, but unfortunately she had some things that she had to do that she couldn't join us today. So Hurricane Irma messed up all of our plans.
But hey, we made it through the cane.
Yes, we did. And I think neither Chloe and I lost power, and
I was super lucky.
We were super lucky. Like, I didn't lose power at all. The people 2 doors down from me had a tree go through their roof. The people 2 doors down from me the other way had a tree completely destroy their fence. Half of my neighborhood was out of power, and my half of the neighborhood wasn't. So, like, yeah, I was super, super lucky, for sure.
I put earplugs in and slept through the entire thing.
Yeah, my family took, like, what's it called? We took shifts. So I didn't have
napping shifts.
Yeah, because we were worried. We kept getting hurricane warnings and stuff like that. So, yes, but long story short, we both survived Hurricane Irma 2017, and we're here to talk about Because You Love to Hate Me. So, I was going to say something. Oh, let's do initial thoughts. Chloe, have you shared on Twitter yet?
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the chat, and it's being dumb.
Let me see.
The internet hates us today. The problem is I'm trying not to have the video actually play on the computer, and I just need to see the chat. Okay, I got it.
Got it? All right. Anything in the chat yet?
Christine Fernando says, hello, hello, hello. Hi.
Hello. All right. So I will go ahead and start with my initial thoughts on this book. So I gave Because You Love to Hate Me 3 out of 5 stars. I feel like there were quite a few stories that I really didn't like, quite a few that were and then there were a handful that I really did enjoy. So, you know, it was very middle of the road for me. I was hoping that it would be a lot better. I had very high hopes for this. I was really excited about all these villain stories. That's, you know, what every story is, a villain story, if you guys did not know. And I was really excited for it. And a lot of the stories were just super disappointing. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Chloe?
Okay. Hold on, I gotta move back to the, okay, there we go. I was looking at the chat. So I'm kind of the same way. Okay, my personal opinion is I read The Wrath of the Dawn and I was not a fan, so I particularly don't want to read anything else by Renee Ahdieh. She happens to be the first story in here. And because I was not a fan of the first story, it kind of set this mindset for me for the rest of the book. And I was very disappointed with this. I did end up giving it a 5, or not a 5. I gave it 3 stars, because there were still some stories that I did enjoy with it. And I'm actually going to open to the table of contents, because I thought I was going to hate more story after having that really bad intro. To me, I thought I was going to hate more stories than I liked, but I think I actually liked some decent ones. And hey, please tell me if you like the same ones that I did, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
The first one that I really, really, really enjoyed, like if this was a story on its own, I'd give it 5 stars, was The Sea Witch by Marissa Meyer.
Yes. Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Marissa Meyer.
Like, duh, Marissa Meyer is queen.
Yeah.
After almost all of the stories before hers, I think all but one, I didn't like. And so I was like, oh my God, if I get to Marissa Meyer's story and I hate it, I will be so disappointed.
Exactly.
I feel like, okay, so you know how we knew we were going to get a Little Mermaid retelling in Stars Above?
And we didn't like it?
Yeah. And we didn't like it? This was the Little Mermaid retelling that I was wanting.
Yeah. I was scared, but yeah. Okay, yeah. So the Sea Witch was really, really good. The other one that I was nervous about reading it because I haven't read anything by this author, but I happen to have 2 of his books and I've met him before, so I was like really nervous. And that's where is it? You, It's All About You by Adam Silvera. I've never read anything by Adam Silvera until this short story, and I was very happy with it.
I was too. That was one of the ones that I liked. But go ahead.
Which is a good thing too, considering I have 2 of his books now.
Yeah. But before we get into each, I kind of want to go through each individual story and talk about what we liked and what we didn't like. But before, I kind of want to talk about the way that the book was set up. So, like,
I have some thoughts on this.
Huh?
I have thoughts on this.
I have thoughts on this. So, if you guys have not read this yet, every single story starts off with the actual story that's written by the author, and then at the end of the story, there's the prompt that inspired the story, and then it has a small, like usually like 2 pages of information from the booktuber that wrote the inspiration for the story, if that makes sense.
I don't think it's more of information. I think it's more of like their personal thoughts and feelings on the story. It's like, or like an essay format kind of.
Yeah, it just depended. Some of the booktubers wrote their opinions on the story. Some of them gave backstory as to what inspired the prompt. Some of them did really unique things that I enjoyed, but I did not like the way that it was set up. I really wanted the prompt and then the story.
Yes.
Like, yes, every time I read a story from each author, I went back and read the prompt first.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I need to know what this story is about.
Yeah, I'm really passionate about this because I agree with you wholeheartedly on this. I think they did it this way because they wanted you to read the story and then know what it was about, like know the actual prompt. But like, I went through and I was like, what's this prompt? I need to know what I'm reading. And I was just like, why couldn't the prompt have been first is my thing.
I don't know. And like, I really liked it. I think it would have been like a really good intro to the story. Like the way that they have the prompt page set up, you know, like it looks really nice. This would have been a really great first page for Renee's story. You know, it gives kind of like the feel of the story. We know what we're about to read. Like, you know, very few people do not read the description of a book before they read the book. You know what I mean? You have to know what you're reading before you get into it. And I don't know why they put the prompt in the back. And then like, I really could have gone without the booktubers writing something.
But then it wouldn't have been a collaboration as much. Like, yeah, they would have provided prompts at that point, but it wouldn't have been as much of a collaboration.
Yeah, I guess. Most of the time I just didn't see the point in it. Like, I think, who was it? Zoe. And like, I don't know if any of these booktubers are going to watch this live show. Probably not. But if I'm not saying anything like this against that specific person because I watch Zoe's channel and I really, really like it. But I think she did like a question and answer type thing. Someone did.
And like we don't hate you. We just question this book.
No, I just really didn't see the point. I just really didn't see the point of what you were including in there. Like, no, it wasn't Zoe. Oh, Zoe did do a question and answer type thing, but it was someone else that did like.
It was paired with a really good story, so Zoe is all good.
Yeah, no, maybe it was someone else. As we go through each story, maybe I'll remember who it was or what exactly it was that I was just like, I don't understand. It just doesn't give me anything for the story. And half the time I would just skim through those parts and move on to the next story. I just didn't see the point of it. I will say, though, that I really like the cover. So,
of course. I do want to point out the chat real quick. We have a couple people saying hi. We have Anna's Guide to Books says hi. Anybody else who's watching like right now, please comment in the chat. Say hi. Say something. I want to know who's watching. No, but the one that I'm laughing so much at is your man Brandon commented saying hi, and I haven't met you yet, Brandon, but hi.
Yep.
I haven't met you yet, boy. That's why I started laughing in the middle of you talking. I was like, oh god. Okay.
So
Aaron William is watching. Hi, William. I didn't think he was actually watching.
Who is?
William.
Oh, your guy?
Yeah, he says the cover is eye candy, and I agree.
It is.
Cover is eye candy.
Really, really nice. I love the cover. I love the purple, and they did a really good job with it.
I like the outside. I'm not so much of a fan of the insides.
Look at the rose has like thorns coming through the middle of it. Like it is really cool. All right,
yeah.
So let's go through each story one by one. All right, so the first story was The Blood of Imriv by Renee Attier.
I gotta take my dust jacket off.
Yeah, I took my dust jacket off already. Okay, so The Blood of Imriv by Renee Attier, and this was prompted by Christina Riccio from Poland Bananas Books, and she said, the grandson of an evil matriarchal dictator who tried to rule over the universe wants to follow in her footsteps and accidentally loses his temper, killing his sibling in a game of chess. So This was actually one of my favorite prompts. I thought it was very unique. And I liked the story. I think like the way that Renee Attier made it very like, she kind of did like a sci-fi twist on it. I actually really liked this one. And I know Chloe said that she didn't like it, and Kales said that she hated it. So I was alone on this one.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And this is kind of a thing that goes on in especially the book Twitter. Like everything goes on in book Twitter. Well, no, some people say like they have this thing of like, if you don't like a book, you're personally attacking the author. No.
Right.
I have nothing against Renee Attier. Not like there's nothing. I have nothing against her. I just happened to not. I didn't like The Wrath of the Dawn. I was very confused by it. It was and like ton of people love it.
She has a very like God, what's the word I'm looking for? Her writing style is very like flowy and dreamlike and not like set. You know what I mean? Like you don't always know really what's going on. You kind of have to use your imagination with it. And so yeah, I love that writing style, but it definitely isn't for everybody.
Yeah, and I basically this entire story did not know what was happening until the very end when he killed her.
Yeah, I mean, like the beginning was a little confusing, but I loved The Wrath of the Dawn. I love Renee Attier's writing style, and the beginning was a little confusing, but I went back and read the prompt again, and I was like, okay, I kind of understand what's going on here.
Yeah, it's like I get what the prompt is. I get what you're trying to do. It's just not. It's not tickling my peach there or whatever.
After I read the rest of the book, I think that Renee Attier did the best job with this story of building the world in such a short amount of time, and I think she has one of the shortest stories of the book. It's really one of the shortest ones, and I understood the world and I understood what was going on with it amount of time, and it was really good. In my opinion, I really, really liked it. Probably one of my favorite stories of the book, and I'm really bummed that you guys didn't like it, but I really liked that she made this sci-fi twist on it, and I thought it was great. It's really hard to create a sci-fi or fantasy world in such a short amount of time, and I think she did a good job at it.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, tweeting out real quick. Again, if you have any questions, comments, please say it in the chat. Tweet us at @OneSreadAlong. Something. Yeah. Give us substance to talk about.
And then I kind of want to talk about Christina Riccio's Poland Bananas books, what she wrote, and I thought it was kind of cool. Like, you might be a villain if. Like,
yeah, I enjoyed basically all of the I'm gonna call them essays for lack of a better term. I enjoyed all of them. I mean, I think I kind of just want to focus on the stories because kind of the important thing.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of mention like what did, and I mean, it was kind of cool. It was okay.
Yeah, I don't remember all of them, but if there's like something I like noticed, then like I'll totally point that out.
All right. So anything else to say about Renee Attier's story, or do you want to move on?
I'm ready to move on.
All right, so the next story is Jack by
Anne-Marie. This one was just well, I thought I liked this one at first. It was kind of just okay now that I like actually think about it.
Mhm.
Well, right at the beginning, I thought we were dealing with a male giant, and we're dealing with a female giant.
Yeah.
I just kind of had trouble picturing everything, and especially starting out with that confusion of gender in the beginning, which probably set up for me just having it just be okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Jack and the Beanstalk story is always a male giant, so I really like that she made that, twist on it. I thought that was cool, but I do agree. I made the assumption that it was a male at first as well, because the Jack and the Beanstalk story, the giant is always male from all the stories that I've read about it. But I do really like that one. So did you like this story?
It was just okay for me. But here's the other problem I think I have with some of these things. Now I'm looking at the challenge here. It says Jack and the Beanstalk meets Phalaris of Agrigento. Here's my problem. I know what Jack and the Beanstalk is. I don't know what Phalaris of wherever is. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, which is another thing that, like, if you read the prompt by Tina, who wrote if you read the essay by Tina, who wrote the prompt, she explains who that is, and I didn't know who it was either, and I hadn't read the essay yet, so I actually Googled it, and that helped me a little bit. There were some stories in here that were based off of villains that I had to Google because I didn't know who they were. So, that helped a little bit. I would definitely recommend, if you don't know the villain story that inspired the prompts, to Google it if you haven't watched or if you haven't read the book yet. Because, I didn't know who that was either. And it was, and honestly, even after I did look it up, I don't understand how she, incorporated that side of the prompt into the story.
Frankly, hold on. Are you frozen? I can't tell.
I'm not frozen. I'm here.
Okay, I can still hear you. You're just moving a little slow there.
Okay.
Frankly, the way I feel about this, going into this book, like even before it was released, I thought the prompts were gonna be like how there's the Little Mermaid villain, or you have, or the Beauty and the Beast one. I thought they were gonna be common things, not like, and I don't want to go back, but going back to Christine's prompt of the grandson of an evil matron, blah, 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 something she basically pulled out, made up. I thought they were going to be retellings of things that already were. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I like that some of them were, and some of them were twists on regular villains that we're familiar with, and some of them are just kind of crazy things like Christine did. And I agree. I was expecting them to just be retellings of villains that we already know, but I like that it wasn't that all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, but so what did you? So you said this was okay. The Jack and the Beanstalk story. I thought it was okay for the most of it, and then the ending was so good. I loved the ending because I wasn't expecting it at all. Probably the best ending of the entire book.
I didn't really start to get into some of these stories until the middle to end, which is probably another reason why it took me so long to read this, which normally for short stories it should be nothing.
Right. I thought I thought this one was really good. I enjoyed it, and I didn't mind Tina's she kind of picked apart the story and analyzed it, and I thought that was kind of cool. I don't think I could have done that. But so do you want to move on to the next one now?
I'm ready. Okay.
All right.
So next,
this one I hated.
This one is what?
I hated this one with a fiery, burning passion. Yes. I hated it.
So the third story is Gwen and Art and Lance by Soman Shinani, and I actually, for the most part,
well, let's do the who inspired the story. And let's see, because I want people. Samantha Lane. I don't know who that is.
Oh no, that's Thoughts on Tomes.
Oh, okay. And it's called, her prompt was a modern day mashup of the King Arthur legend and the Persephone and Hades myth. And I thought that was a really, really, really good prompt.
I really like the Persephone Hades myth.
I think that she completely butchered it. This author completely butchered this story. And okay, so like you want a modern twist on something? It doesn't have to be texting. It doesn't. Why is a modern twist have to be done in text?
My dog wants to come in. Hold on. Come on, TJ. I liked the format. My only problem with this format is that you have something you really need to say about this.
I didn't like it.
Okay, I'm okay with the format. I like it. My problem with it is I had to keep seeing, because they're texting multiple, like, different people. I had to go back to read who was texting who, and that. Other than that, I didn't have a problem with this story. I enjoyed it for the most part until we get to the end, because I'm very confused on this ending.
I don't get the ending. I
didn't understand whether that was her suicide text or something. I thought she committed suicide at the end.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this author, I believe this author is the person who wrote the School for Good and Evil, which I've heard good things about that.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be at Y'all Fest.
I don't understand why it had to be texting. Like, I just don't. I did like, though, however, that there are some authors that put text in stories, and it's all like text lingo. Like the whole thing is text lingo. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And not all teenagers text like that. Maybe sometimes they'll text like that, or occasionally, but we don't all text using text lingo. Like, and I don't know. I just don't like that. I don't understand why a modern twist on a story has to be texting. I think that the story could have been a lot shorter if it was just written regularly. I just didn't like it. And then the whole Hades and Persephone thing was like, she didn't put that in the story. The characters kept referring to themselves as Hades and Persephone, and I was just like, I don't like any of this.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the story until the end, because I'm just confused on the ending.
I think she committed suicide in lieu of spoilers.
Yeah, I think she did commit suicide. Okay, if you've been watching us for a while, we talk for a minute or two about non-spoilers, and then we go into spoilers.
Yeah.
But I think everybody who watches us is like pretty regular.
Entry essay thing was in the form of like blog comments or something.
I liked that.
I thought that was cool. I thought it was cool
too. It's like, it's supposed to be Instagram or something. It looks like Instagram.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy the content of what was in it, but I thought the format was cool of how she set that up. I thought that was interesting.
I liked it. Yeah.
All right. So the next one is Shirley and Jim by Susan Dennard.
And the villain challenge it's Sasha Alsberg, who is a book utopia, and it is a young Moriarty, which I was super excited for this one, and I think this is actually the first one that I enjoyed.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I really like Sherlock. Let me rephrase that. I really like Sherlock, the show with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I really like
the hot hunk of man. I'm just gonna say that.
This one I'm kind of iffy on. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I thought Susan did a really good job. I like that the Watson and Holmes were girls.
Yes. Have you read Truth Witch?
Yes.
I haven't, so this was the first thing I've ever read by Susan Dennard.
Yeah, Truth Witch was okay. I really liked that they played chess.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was, like I said, I was off and on. I didn't really see the villain, Moriarty.
I knew it was going to happen, that he was supposed to be the villain in the end, because of the whole Sherlock Holmes thing.
Right.
But here's the thing though. Before, I knew who Sherlock Holmes was before watching Sherlock, but I didn't know Moriarty was the main villain until watching Sherlock. But because I've seen that show before, I know that he's the villain, which is another reason why I was excited about this, because I was like, ooh, Sherlock Holmes.
I don't know. I liked, I ended up liking, I feel, I liked Moriarty a lot, though. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to love to hate them, but I didn't love to hate Moriarty. I liked to like him. So
you hated to love him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Go with that.
I do want to briefly talk about Sasha's essay at the end. Sorry, my mom texted me. I don't know why. I enjoyed the format. The format's fine. It's it's intriguing how it's kind of like those like dear aunt whatever things columns, which I liked that. What I really liked about this was at the very end when it's like a response to her from Moriarty.
Yeah,
I really liked that.
Yeah, that was interesting. I need. Hold on. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. No, yeah, I liked that. I thought that was interesting. I think Sasha Alsberg did a pretty good job on it. Again, though, I guess I don't think it. If they weren't there, I wouldn't have felt like I was missing anything. I feel like the prompts were just enough for the booktubers to be incorporated in the live show. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm still really iffy on the essay portion that the booktubers contributed to it. I wasn't expecting it to be in there, and there was not one story that I thought that it made the story better for me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just kind of iffy on those. This next one, I was confused by. What did you think?
Okay, so this is the Blessing of Little Once by Sarah Ennie, and the booktuber who was paired is Sophia Lee, and her challenge was a dark sorcerer's motives for seeking immortality or omnipotence. This one, omnipotent, whatever. Mm-hmm. This one was kind of just okay for me. It took me a little bit to realize that Sigrid's friend Thomas I think he's a ghost or he's invisible.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because nobody else can see him.
I think this one really went over my head. Like,
well, there's a part
at the beginning of it, and I skimmed like pretty much the second half. I just wasn't enjoying it at all.
There's a part where I'm trying to find it now. There's a part where she's talking to somebody, and they said, "Who are you talking about?" Because nobody else was there, and now I can't find it. I'm pretty sure there was a part. I don't know. Again, this one was just okay for me. I started to think Harry Potter right at the beginning because it was like magic.
Yeah, I was really intrigued by the prompt too, because like immortality, omnipotence, and seeking. I thought that it could have been done really, really well, and I just don't think that they did it well at all. I was bummed about it.
Some of these authors I've never heard of before starting this. I don't know anything that Sarah Ennie's written.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, so my favorite.
Yes, hold on. I gotta get to the beginning. Okay.
So the Sea Witch by Marissa Meyer.
Yes.
And what was the prompt? I thought Zoe's prompt was freaking amazing.
I want to read
Zoe from what's her channel name?
Zoe Reads, I think. Why can't I remember?
I don't remember.
Hold on, I gotta look now.
Okay, well,
Read by Zoe. Why can't I remember that?
Her prompt is: what if the Sea Witch had previously been in the Little Mermaid's shoes, but decided to kill the love interest and turn back into a mermaid instead? I loved this so much, and I think
I loved it. I thought it would take a different turn at the end, but I loved it. It was so good.
What did you think it would? What did you think the ending would be?
Okay, well, I read the prompt first, of course. Mm-hmm. And I thought the ending, I didn't think the guy was going to be a douche. Of course, yeah, of course he was.
Oh, I called that from a mile away. I
didn't call it until a couple pages before, like the page before. I was like, he's going to be an ass.
He was going to like sell her to the zoo or whatever.
Yeah. But like,
I knew that was going to happen. I was like, he's up to something. He's going to be.
Well, when I read the prompt, I was like, okay, so the Little Mermaid falls in love with a dude, comes a human, blah, 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 blah. Is she going to kill the dude right before they get married? Like, did she change her mind or something? I don't know. But, so that's what I originally thought was going to happen. But I loved this story.
Yeah, I like that it's how Ursula becomes Ursula. Like,
yeah.
you know, I thought it was really, really cool. And
So the prince merman person, I can't remember his name. I'm trying to find it.
he had a weird
It starts with an L.
Lorendal.
What? Lorendell, yeah.
Lorendell.
Do you think Lorendell was a young King Triton, if we're thinking about the Disney version?
It's either that or it's King Triton's father. Because I don't know. I mean, maybe. Because they don't have the same name, but then also is that his name? I don't think so.
Well, it's a retelling, so.
But really, I think Poseidon, in like the original fairy tale, Poseidon was her father. Maybe. Maybe I have it wrong. I don't know.
Well, I know the original story. I haven't read it, but I know it, and I don't know the name of him in the original. But going off the Disney and going off the Disney theories and stuff, how like Ursula and Triton are cousins or something like that, or siblings, and I go off of that. I think Lorendell was a young Triton. And the other reason I think this is because it's page 171. She goes back after being transformed with her tentacle body. It goes back and
they say something about having a baby girl, right?
Yes, but it says let's see. In my absence, the old king had died, and Lorendell had ascended to his throne. Predictably, he had taken Beldine, for his wife, nursing a newborn child, their sixth daughter. Yeah. And the reason I think that is because in The Little Mermaid, there's like 7 children, and Ariel's the 7th, I think.
Yeah, so
that's why I think it's Triton.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just having the different name tripped me up a little bit, but I agree.
Yeah,
I think it's the same thing. Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that Zoe did
Oh my god!
Hey.
You guys, hi, bookish people.
Okay, bye, Matthew. Bye.
I love him.
I told him not to bother me while I'm doing my YouTube thing.
I love him still.
I love him too. All right. So
no, I like. Wait, hold on. I was gonna say something before he did that. I like that Zoe kind of did a quiz at the end of in hers.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool. I like that. Okay, now I'm ready to move on.
Okay.
I just looked in the chat and William put a pineapple emoji in the chat. William sent a pineapple emoji through the chat. Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
All right, so the next one is called Beautiful Venom by Cindy Pon. And I love Benjamin from Benjamin of Tomes. His prompt was Medusa, go.
I have a fascination with Greek mythology. So I that's why I like the Hades Persephone thing. I really like I like Medusa. And that's why I thought it was okay. At first I was confused by this story because I thought we were dealing with 2 different characters because we have Maydew, who's mentioned right at the beginning, and then the next page in, you're going GMA or Fen. I don't know how to say it.
Me neither.
So I thought we were dealing with 2 different characters at first, which is why I was slightly confused. And then as I continued to read, I realized what was happening.
Yeah.
And I really liked it.
Yeah?
I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
It was okay for me. I mean,
I like how it had the Asian twist on it.
Yeah, I did like that too. I think that she did a really good job incorporating, like, making it, Greek mythology, but bringing in the Asian bits to it, which is what she writes, I think. I don't remember the name of the she wrote, but I think it has, like, an Asian influence in there. But this one was okay. I mean, I think that she did a good job retelling the story, but still keeping in some of the, bits of Medusa, but it was just all right. Like, it didn't wow me, Like, I think not the last half, but like the last couple of pages, I was like, okay, I want to get done with this story about now, and I kind of skimmed through it. So
yeah,
it was all right.
I liked it. Next.
And then I like that Benjamin, he, you know, said his most memorable moment.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
I like Ben. Ben's great.
Yeah. I thought he did a really good job with his
He's British.
essay.
Yeah. I have this weird fascination that I feel like everybody has or goes through once in their life where you have that love of British everything and just England in general.
Right.
I'm like, I love Ben. He's British. Okay, moving on. All right. Death Knell by Victoria Schwab.
Yes. Okay. I will preface this by saying that I have read 2 Victoria Schwab books and I didn't like either of them. She is just, her writing style is not the type that I like. So I went into this pretty much knowing that I wouldn't like it, and I didn't.
I've never actually finished anything by her. I did start the Archived a couple years ago, but I put it down and I can't even remember why at this point.
Yeah,
I think for this one I have more.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember. Oh, the Archived and the Savage Song that I read, and I didn't like either.
On this one, I have my thoughts on the actual story, but I do really want to talk about because this was Jesse from Jesse the Reader. His prompt was Hades wakes up after being unconscious at the bottom of a well in Ireland. I really want to talk about Jesse's contribution to this story more than I want to the story. I liked the story. It was just okay. Kind of just okay. I did like the ending of it though. Thought that was cool.
But no, you're right though. Jesse's contribution was probably my favorite.
A+, man. Like,
I could relate to this.
Yeah. Let me start off by saying I love Jesse as a booktuber. I think he's an excellent booktuber. We just saw him last weekend at BookNet Fest, and I think he's a great altogether. He's one of my favorites, honestly. And I thought this, because he did like a letter to death. It was so raw and emotional, and I really liked it. I really liked that and I know I can kind of repeating myself here. Here, you go ahead and talk while I find like the line that I'm looking for.
Oh, like I didn't like the story, I guess, from Victoria Schwab. She's not my favorite. She's one of my least favorite authors, actually. And like I know she writes her stories every time she comes up with a new book. I'm like, oh, that sounds really interesting. And then, like I said, I tried the Savage Song and the Archive, and I just don't like her writing style. And so it was the same thing with this. I thought that the prompt was really good, and I could see where she was going with the story. It just wasn't. I don't like her writing style.
I found the line I want to talk about. And okay, the reason I think Jesse put like a lot of emotion into writing this is it's in the first paragraph on 223. You've taken people from me when I needed them most. And I was like, damn. Like that, like just that one line, I was like, I relate to that.
Yeah.
So much.
Writing a letter to death was very like,
oh my God.
heart-wrenching.
Especially you,
silence, because it was amazing.
Especially because you know me, because we're friends in real life. Like that I relate to that on a spiritual level, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see how you can relate to that for sure. All right, so the next one is called Marigold, written by Samantha Shannon, and I don't remember who from Peru's project. Her prompt was the Earl Queen retelling in 19th century London. I didn't know who this villain was either, so I had to look it up.
I didn't look it up.
And I thought it was really
into this to me.
Yeah, well, I don't like going into the story not understanding what they're talking about. Like every time I read a retelling, I will not read, like I don't go back and I don't read the original Snow White fairy tale. If I'm going to read a Snow White retelling, I'm not that committed, but I will like Spark Notes it, you know, for those older people, what Spark Notes is.
Yeah.
Do you guys still use Spark Notes in college and high school? I don't even know.
I don't use it in college. I use it in high school.
All right, cool. I'm not that old yet. No, yes, I'll Spark Notes a story so I have a basic understanding of the original story before I go into a retelling. So I always want to Google it because I don't like not knowing what's going on. What about this one?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that you asked my.
Only other person I'm talking to.
Sorry. I'm still sidetracked. Again, I thought I liked it. I think it's just okay for me, really. I started off by really, really liking, well, not really, really liking it, but liking it. Mm-hmm. And then I think the more we went into it, the more I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, I like the setting. I like that it's in, Victorian England, and I like that it was about the daughter of Queen Victoria.
Well, it wasn't a sole focus on her.
No, yeah, but I like that it incorporated that. Like okay, so it's like historical fiction. Like it incorporates historical fiction it incorporates real people with somewhat fictional stories.
It's like Alex and I.
Yes, and I really like that. So, so I thought that was cool. But it was like by the end, I was just over it, and I kind of skimmed through the last couple of pages to move on.
All right, I'm ready to talk about this next story because it is It's All About You by Adam Silvera, and the prompt is Katrina from Little Book Owl, and is a female teen crime lord concealed by a mask.
Yes, I really loved this one too.
I loved it.
Yeah, I'm actually. I don't read a lot of contemporary, and I'm actually very excited to read Adam Silvera after.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's my thing. When I was reading this with the what's her name? What is her name? Does she have a name? Okay, I don't think she has a name. Oh, because it's done in second point of view. Is it second? You've made a name for yourself, and no one remembers. Okay, yeah. Slate. That's her name, Slate. And her love interest is Carl. I think it's a funny name. Coral. Gotta put that southern into it. Okay. And while I was reading that, I continuously thought Joker and Harley Quinn. And go to her essay. My original idea for Adam Silvera's villain prompt was inspired by a blend of the supervillains Harley Quinn and the Joker. And I'm like, yes, girl, you got this.
Yes. I love that. I wonder if that was just a coincidence or if she mentioned that to him and he kind of ran with it.
Maybe. I'm kind of confused on something. How do I say this in a way that's not offensive to people? Is she disfigured in her face, like she has scars or something like that? Because that's kind of how I thought it, and that's what I thought of, like the mask, or that she wears a physical mask over the scarring. But I wasn't sure.
I don't know. I didn't get that. But
that's the only thing I didn't understand about this story. Other than that, I loved it.
Oh wait, hold on. Wasn't there a line in here that said something about that?
I think so, but I don't know where it is. Wait, I think about it. Well, where is it?
Oh, your face disarms him more than your mask ever has. He's not disgusted by the scars on your face. He's surprised. You strike him back in the back of your knee, and he flies off you.
Okay.
So maybe she does? I vaguely remembered that happening, and I just saw it.
There's one line in here, and it's dialogue, and it's Carl saying, "Don't threaten me with a good time," and that's the title of a Panic at the Disco song, and I just, that was the first thing that popped in my head when I read that line.
That's funny.
I also, I like that Carl is actually, when he's not drugged, is actually the other drug lord. Is his name Franklin? Franklin.
Yeah, I was not expecting that at the end. I was just like, whoa, what is going on?
Adam Silvera knows his ish, man. It was great.
Seriously, it was so good. Probably, I don't know, this one, I am so biased for my queen, Marissa Meyer, but this one was really good.
It was good. I think they're both really good. It was really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I totally got that. I totally picked up that Harley Quinn Joker-ish that Katrina was putting down there. I picked it up.
Right. All right. So the next one is Jordan Breaks Every Rule by Andrew Smith. I've never heard of that guy before.
I have a book by he wrote Winger and Grasshopper Jungle and 100 Sideways Miles. It's contemporary.
Okay. And this was from Raylene from Padfoot and Prawns, and she said, a psychopath in a futuristic setting.
This, I'm going to be completely honest, this entire thing did not say villain to me at all. Like, I get it.
Okay, so I kind of have like okay, the line between someone being mentally ill and someone being a psychopath, it's like it's kind of a fine line to run. It's kind of like, do you know what I mean? Like, people who say, like, oh, you're crazy, or you're insane, or like, I have a mental illness, and so that can be really hurtful. I know. I have a really thick skin, so it's not very hurtful to me, but it can be really hurtful to other people. So I don't know. I feel like this one really, like,
I think if we're dealing
that fine line.
Okay, here's my thing. So the psychopath is supposed to be a villain, which is Julian. I get it with the whole psychopath thing. I think that what he was trying to show is the beginnings of a psychopath or a serial killer or whatever you want to call it. I think like that's what he was trying to show. But other than that, this entire thing literally screamed contemporary to me and not
futuristic.
Not futuristic, not villain, none of that.
Yeah, I don't think that, I thought that, I don't know, the word psychopath is just like, it makes me so nervous because of that reason. You know what I mean? It's like you really have to do it the right way in order for it not to be offensive, I guess.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. So Kale's just messaged us in the group chat about this. Elizabeth asked her what her favorite story was and her least favorite. Her favorite was Victoria Schwab. Kind of okay. I get that. I mean, it was just kind of like okay for us, but I got you. And then I liked her least favorite was the rest.
Yeah, it was funny because like when Kale's was gonna be on the live show on Sunday, and then Hurricane Irma ruined all of that. Yeah. I think she gave this book a 1 out of 5 star. Like she hated it. I feel her.
It worried me though.
I really, really wanted to know her opinion on my favorites, like the Adam Silvera one and the Marissa Meyer one, and I would have really liked to have her here. So it kind of sucked. Irma ruined it.
I love Kale's too, so.
Yeah, she's so sweet, and she does book battles, and if you guys have not checked her out, I'll link her in the description of this video so you guys can go and check her out.
Yes, and we have both been on book battles before, so shout out to book battles.
Yes, love book battles.
You've been on twice.
Yeah, yep.
I was on once, and it was fantastic. Okay, anyway.
And we both won, right? Like, high five.
You won did you win your first one or your second one?
I won my second one.
I won my first one. High five, man. It goes for betting it all, man. My mom was like, only bet 1 point. And I'm like, no, go big or go home.
Right?
Okay. All right. The next story, I really like this one. It's called Indigo and Shade by, yes, I love this one. Okay. It's Indigo and Shade by April Genevieve Tuchel. I have never read anything by her, but I do know she wrote The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea. I think. And
yeah, The Devil in the Deep Blue Sea was terrible and problematic. Do not read it.
Oh, I wanted to read it. Okay.
Which sucks because the cover was gorgeous and her writing style was amazing, but it was terribly problematic, so don't read it.
Okay.
Continue.
This was the booktuber paired with her was Whitney from Witty Novels, who I love Whitney too. Oh, I just lost my spot. There we go. And her prompt was Beauty and the Beast, Suitor's Revenge. And I recently read a Beauty and the Beast retelling that I really, really loved. And it happened to be indie. So I was excited for this. So I understand that our perspective is supposed to be the Gaston-like figure.
Yeah.
And this is modern day.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it.
Okay. The story was okay for me. I just don't see how. Obviously, there's a Beauty and the Beast theme to the story. I just don't see how is it Suitor's Revenge. I
don't see that either. But
like, yeah, I'm like, I was really big. Like, if you're gonna get a prompt and you're gonna write for it, like, write the prompt. Like, I just think it just didn't go with the prompt, and I was really upset about that. I was really hoping for more Gaston, but the story was okay. I liked the twist at the ending.
I loved that.
Yeah, the twist in the end was good. I wasn't really expecting it. Did you expect it?
I was more surprised that the I can't even remember his name. The Gaston like figure. What is his actual name in here? Starts with a B, right? It's like Bram.
I can't find it.
I'm trying to find it. Oh, hold on. I thought I found it for a second.
It's told from like first person, I think, so he doesn't say his own.
Yeah, but there was backstory on his last name.
Glenn? I just saw.
Glenn?
Oh no! I was looking at something else. I was like, it sounds something like that, but it's not it. That was Hush Witch Glen. That was a place. My bad.
Oh, now I gotta find this. It's gonna kill me. I gotta find it.
Bram.
It was Bram.
Bram. I think so. Yeah.
Bram. Okay.
Bram.
I can go with Bram.
R-A-H-M. Bram.
Yeah. I'd like to point out the line of I hope you aren't one of those tree-hugging vegan types. I'm not a vegan, but I'm a vegetarian. I think it's hilarious. I thought that was hilarious. Not that I go around hugging trees, but
I hug trees all the time.
I don't.
No, I'm just kidding.
I hug the animals because I don't eat them.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
I liked the prompt. The story was okay. The twist was really good, but that's really all I have to say about this one.
I didn't think that. Matthew just commented in the chat.
Hey.
He says, "OMG, hi people." Hey. No, I never talk in the chat, but I'm going to now. Hey. All right. I didn't think that he would kill her, but it's what she wanted.
Yeah.
And I honestly think he really loved her. I think he loved her.
Yeah.
Because there was a huge time skip, so they had been meeting for weeks. It wasn't like insta love.
Right.
I don't like insta love.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like. There's certain.
And you kind of with such a short story, it sucks. But you kind of need to do those time skip things, you know, because it's like there's just so much, especially when you're creating a world. It needs so hard to do fantasy, sci-fi, dystopian in these types of stories because you have to build a world in such a short amount of time and then tell a story, and it's like it's a really hard thing to do. So like. There are very few short stories that I really love, but if you do them right, they can be really good.
I liked it. I really like this one.
Yeah,
if I had to get it, okay, if I had to give these a rating, like a star rating on their own, Marissa Meyer would be a 5. Adam Silvera would probably also be a 5, if not a 4.75. And then this one I'd probably give like a 4.5.
Yeah.
I'm ready to talk about the last one. I'm ready to talk about the last one because this one because the author of it, I really want to talk about this.
Okay, go ahead.
So the last story in this, the 13th story it's called Sierra by Nicola Yoon, which kind of surprised me being in this because Nicola Yoon's written Everything, and The Sun is also a star. Very, very contemporary stories. Yeah. And she pulled this out, and I was like, I like it.
Yeah, I think she did a really good job with the prompt.
Yeah, so this is Steph Sinclair and Kat Kennedy. I personally don't know who they are. I think they're bloggers as well as booktubers.
Oh,
but
okay.
They did a gender-flipped God of War. And what's the God of War's name? Is it Ares?
Ares, yep.
Ares?
Oh, they're from Buggery. I remember them now.
No. What is Sierra backwards? Ares.
Oh, no! What?
I just caught that.
I just got that, too.
That was great.
I
cannot wait. Oh, my God. I cannot wait to meet Nicola Yoon now at Y'all Fest.
I am so excited. How did we not catch that? Like,
I just thought of it.
To catch that?
I don't know.
I didn't catch that at all.
That was great. Oh, I cannot wait to meet Nicola Yoon and praise her for this. Oh my God. I am ready for this. Okay. Anyway, this wasn't my favorite. I enjoyed this one. For the most part, I enjoyed this. Is it raining on your end or is it raining on my end?
I don't think it's raining here.
Okay, it sounds like rain. I really enjoyed this. I liked that it was told from the mother's perspective. I enjoyed that. I like that it starts at present day and then goes to when Sierra is born and basically goes through all of that.
Right, yeah, like it's kind of present day and then born and then like, yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Honestly, because Nicola Yoon has really only written very contemporary stories, this surprised me, and I really, like, in a good way, a very good way.
Yeah, I liked it too, but it was middle of the road. I thought it was good. I thought she did a really good job with the prompt. It was a very simple prompt, though. If she had messed it up, it would have been really disappointing. But
did that name switch thing just add anything to your opine here?
Yeah, a little bit for sure. That was not bad at all. I liked that a lot.
And we just summarized this entire book in less than an hour.
Yeah.
Like
54 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
High five.
Virtual high five. Let me high five the internet. I'm gonna high five it. How many viewers do we have? I'll high five 2, 4
right now.
1, hello. 3, 4. I high five every single one of y'all.
All right. So if you guys have read this book, I want you guys to tell me in the comments or in the live thing, over here, what was your favorite and least favorite story if you've read the book. If you haven't read it, after we've talked about all the stories, which one are you most excited to read? Let us know in the live chat while we do all of our indie thingies.
All right, hold on. We do have in the chat, we do have a question. Terrell Bellinger says, hi, do some of the stories in the book have contemporary themes? Honestly, I think the only one that really does have it, to me, it felt
one.
No, well, that's true.
Yeah, that one.
I didn't think about that. Yeah. So ones that have contemporary themes would be Gwen and Art and Lance by Saman Chinani.
Yeah.
That one is it's a modern day King Arthur and Hades Persephone, Hades Persephone twist. That one is very contemporary because it's very high school themed. Yeah. The other one I was actually thinking was Julian Breaks Every Rule by Andrew Smith, which is the psychopath in a futuristic setting. Even though that one is not supposed to be contemporary, it screams contemporary to me.
And the Young Moriarty is set in a contemporary setting.
Yeah, and the
contemporary feel. It's not like a romance.
Yeah. So Shirley and Jim, yes, it could be.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, those are contemporary-esque. All right, what else is in the chat?
That's it for now. Got a lot of highs, a pineapple emoji.
The pineapple emoji.
I love pineapples. I'm down. All right.
So go ahead and end it all, Chloe. It's your favorite part.
Okay. Now, I don't have a copy of our September book. I was actually, before we rescheduled this, I was announcing it all on Twitter because I didn't know if we were actually going to have a live show, and I accidentally announced the wrong book. And I had to delete that tweet and do a whole new one. I accidentally announced our October book instead of our September book. It was an accident. It's fine, but I fixed it. I don't think anybody saw it. I don't think anybody saw it except for me. I don't think anybody cared. But anyway, so we're halfway through September, but it's been announced on our Twitter. Our September book of the month is Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo, which I'm going to get my copy after this. I'm so excited.
Yay!
So
who's our special guest next month? Desiree?
Yes. I was about to say, you tell me, I don't know.
But I think it's Desiree from Libri.
Yes, our special guest is our friend Desiree from Libri Labra. She'll be joining us.
She's a newer booktuber, so after this live show, I will link her channel in the description below. You guys
we need to reconnect with her to make sure she's actually still on board for the day and everything.
Okay.
So you have, if you guys are gonna be joining us, you have about 3 weeks to read this book. Normally we do our live shows the first Sunday of every month. That is not the case this time. The first Sunday of October is October 1st. We're actually going to be returning, well, I'll be driving back. You'll already be there. We're going to be returning from a event in Orlando, Indie Book Fest. So we won't be doing it then. I wish my bird would stop. I'm sorry if you're screeching in the background. So our live show is going to be the following Sunday, the second one, which is Sunday, October 8th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Elizabeth's channel, youtube.com/KBEagle. So yeah, and if you want to follow us on Twitter @OneReadAlong, I announce everything on there. I also announce every single month I announce the book on my channel as well. YouTube.com/BruneetteBibliophile. That's it.
Okay. Is that everything then?
Yeah,
We're all done?
basically.
I
guess so.
Anything new in the chat? Really quick before we go?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, I don't know why Matthew did me. It's me with a ton of question marks. I don't know why he did that. You can talk to him about that later.
Okay.
And then same person, Terrell Bellinger, said, are you planning to do this? Are you planning to do There's Someone Inside Your House for November's live show? We are not. Our November book.
Inside Your House, is that the Stephanie Perkins one?
Yeah. Matthew was asking if he was a special guest. No, Matthew, you were a special guest today because you just showed up.
Right.
Randomly. He's gonna walk in now again.
He better.
Yeah, right. If he's watching, he better. Okay, so for November, we are not doing the new Stephanie Perkins book. We are, and this has kind of been a tradition for us for the past, at least since we started this.
Yeah.
Every November we read the new Marissa Meyer book that's coming out, and we have been doing that since Fairest came out. We've done 2 Marissa Meyer books a year since Fairest came out. So I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Is this our second year or our third year? It's our third. It's got to be our third year.
I think it's our second.
No, it's our third. The only reason I know that is because we started that before.
January was our one.
We started in 2015, so we've been doing this all of 2015, all of 2016, and now we're halfway through 2017. We're in our third year.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
But our first month was like August or something, wasn't it? Or was it January?
Our first month was January of 2015.
Okay, then January will be our 3-year anniversary.
Yes, but we're in our third full year of doing this. We're halfway through our third year. Wait.
No, we're halfway through our second year.
Wait. We always have this debate.
We're halfway through our second year.
Okay. We did all of 2015. That's 1.
Yeah.
We did all of 2016. That's 2. We're going to say 2.5. 2.5. 2.5. Okay. Whatever.
Okay.
So no, our November book is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. Because Marissa Meyer. Well, honestly, if she continues to release 2 books a month, 2 books a year, 1 in the beginning of the year and 1 at the end of the year, our November book is always going to be Marissa Meyer.
Yep. So just expect that for the rest of forever.
We love her, so it's fine.
Yep.
And then
that's actually a really good idea. If Marissa Meyer weren't coming out with a book, I would definitely read that one.
Yeah, it's short too. It's really short.
And when is it coming out?
Well, I'm guessing in November, since that's what the person said.
Because I really want to our October book. I'm down with a new idea for our October book.
You already told me this idea, and
I know.
I don't agree.
I don't want to read what we're reading in October.
I don't want to read your idea. So
I'll come up with a different idea, and I'll see if I can change your mind.
I already have the October book. You can't change my mind. Okay. Anyway, we have another question from same person. Do you prefer reading lighthearted and fluffy YA contemporaries, or the ones that deal with dark and heavy subject matter?
Dark and heavy subject matter. I do not like light and fluffy contemporaries.
I read both. Recently I've been reading a lot of lighthearted and fluffy contemporaries, but I'm a huge mood reader. I'm a huge seasonal reader. So right now I'm just reading a ton of fantasy because we're in fall.
Yeah. All right.
I read. If you watch my wrap up, I read so much fantasy in August. It was kind of surprising. Yeah, I figured it would make you happy.
Yep. I don't know why I'm yawning. It's late.
Grandma. Okay.
All right. Any other things in chat?
No, that was the last question. There's still 4 people watching, so if you have any last minute questions that can be answered in the next 2 minutes, then
I'm gonna go ahead.
I gotta go pick up my copy of Wonder Woman. I got a date at Target. Target.
All right. So for so meet us here the second Sunday of October.
October 8th. You have like 3 weeks to read this book.
October 8th, we're gonna be talking about Wonder Woman Warbringer by Leigh Bardugo. Super excited about it.
We got another question.
Oh, what?
Same person. This is really good for you. Do you prefer reading high fantasy or urban fantasy?
High fantasy. Urban fantasy is okay. Like I'm pretty picky about my urban fantasy.
The one urban fantasy book I'm thinking of right now, you don't even like.
The Mortal Instruments?
Yeah. I like Lamar. That's why I say urban fantasy.
I'm picky about my urban fantasy. Like, I just finished an urban fantasy today called The Devil's Due by Jennifer Sidaway. So good. But I'm just really picky about my urban fantasy. So high fantasy usually, but I will read urban fantasy every now and again. What about you?
I'm down with all fantasies, but the bulk that I have, ACOTAR is high fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't like ACOTAR, but I really liked the second half of ACOMOF, and I loved ACOWAR, so there's my high fantasy contribution. Anything Shadowhunters is all urban fantasy, and I enjoy that, so there's my other contribution.
All right, I gotta get out of here.
We have another question.
Another one. Jesus. No, it's okay, guys. Okay. I love you. What is it?
All right.
Give it to me.
All right. Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay. So this is going to be our final question. If you have any other questions for us, please, you can tweet the group at Once Read Along, or you can tweet our personal Twitters at the Owlery Books and at Brunette.
Answering all the questions.
Yeah, or at Brunette Biblio, and we will answer all of your questions. And this one is, what's your favorite? Okay. My question, I think this is for both of us. I don't know. What's your favorite YA contemporary of 2017 so far? And then the other question is, what's your favorite YA fantasy of 2017 so far?
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll look at my bookshelves. Hold on.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say. Oh, my God. What did I read this year? I don't think I've read hardly. No, I got to look at
Oh, wait. I've got my thing that has everything I've read this year down. We're good. It's all good.
Let me see. Because I have no idea what here.
I have a couple different answers for contempt. Oh wait, no, she said YA. That's not YA. Never mind. That's NA.
Oh, My Lady Jane is not fantasy or contemporary. Never mind.
It's good though. Read it.
Really
if anybody's gonna read My Lady Jane, read it with the audiobook. It's hilarious.
Oh, Bad Romance was by Heather Demetrios. Is a really good contemporary.
All the contemporaries I want to say are not YA. They're NA.
The Crown's Game and The Crown's Fate by Evelyn Skye are really good high fantasy that I read this year. Queen of Hearts by Colleen Oakes, good fantasy.
Lucky in Love was a good contemporary. That's by Casey West. Also, By Your Side. Any contemporary by Casey West is fantastic. Okay. Cash Hearts Tolstoy by Catherine Ormsby is a fantastic. You should. It's a fantastic contemporary. It has LGBT plus rep in it. It is so good. I highly, highly recommend that. And there's a part of the story that's
what letter is represented?
A.
Oh, asexual?
Yeah. I think it's romantic asexual. I don't remember. I think there was a technical term used. I can't remember. But that's a really, really good one. Definitely read that. Like I said, anything Casey West. All the ones I want to say are not YA. They're all new adult. The Queen of Hearts trilogy by Colleen Oakes was good fantasy. I just finished the second one. Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, both good. ACOWAR was good. Second half of ACOMOF was good. I'm very specific with that. Okay, this isn't, I don't think this is technically YA. This is technically new adult, I think, or maybe even adult. But I just finished reading the Fangirl series by Robbie Cox. That is an indie series. Each book is like 80 pages. I think it's 5 books altogether. It was really good. I like that. Oh, and The Chameleon Soulmate was a fantasy, but it's also new adult. So, all right. If you have any other questions, you can tweet us. Matthew put when you're sad because the stream is over. So yeah, if you have any other questions specifically to Terrell, how do you say your name? Sorry if I'm butchering this. You can definitely tweet us, but your girl's got to go get her copy of Wonder Woman.
Yep, and I gotta go. Bye, you guys. Definitely come and check us out on October 8th to talk about Wonder Woman Wordbringer. And we both gave this 3 out of 5 stars.
Oh, we didn't even do our final thoughts. Oh, well.
No, we usually do our final thoughts. Oh, well. We both gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Show if you want to know our thoughts on each individual story. And I'll see you guys on October 8th. Bye.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye.